Good day, folks. Welcome to the UK Games Expo live stream. I can see green bars moving on the bottom left of the audio monitor, which means we've ticked all the right boxes this week, and we are live. I'm still shocked we're in October, Kate.
I know. October, this is it. 2020 is both going far too quickly, but also still seems to be here when I think a lot of people would quite like it to jog on right now. And let's try 2021, but better and different.
Yeah,
that's
that
going to
works
be good.
for me. We're not alone this week. I'm joined by marketing manager Kate, and also from Ready Steady Roll, Daryl. How you doing, Daryl?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, shocked it's October.
Shocking.
Ready for the pumpkin spice, but not ready for the 10th month of 2020. That's where I am right now.
No, very much so. I'm a massive fan of pumpkins, and find it very disappointing that you can't just buy pumpkins year round because they're amazing. Also I do like drawing on them. So we should do that. We should do an end of month. Show us your
pumpkins.
Pumpkin.
Yeah,
yes,
I think
steady.
I enjoy pumpkins.
Yeah,
I enjoy that.
That would be good.
We could talk about pumpkins all afternoon, but that's not what we've come along for. We want to have a good old chat with Daryl from Ready Steady Roll because it's not too far away from talking about pumpkin spice lattes and that kind of stuff, is it? Have you added pumpkin spice to the menu yet?
Can confirm we have got pumpkin spice latte. We've had it for a week or two, maybe, actually.
So first up,
I love autumn as well, so any excuse to get the pumpkins out.
First up, Daryl, we've sort of dropped you in this by expecting a menu announcement straight off the bat before anybody knows where they can come to get the menu, or indeed why they should come down and get the menu, because you just look like a lovely gent in front of some really cool board games right now. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and what is this Ready Steady Roll thing?
So Ready Steady Roll is a little board game cafe, and we're in Sharnbrook in Bedford, which is in the countryside of Bedford. We're all surrounded, we've got big windows and we're surrounded by wildflowers and trees and stuff. So it's quite a nice little escape away from reality in 2020 to come along and just play some board games.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, I saw this. So I was looking through, so I spend my week, trolling through friendly local game shops and board game cafes and things, trying to see. And I was like, that address says studio. Why would it be studio? What was it? I was like, oh, and it is. It's beautiful, massively amazing surroundings. It looks like you are a lovely arboretum in the middle of a garden, which is amazing. So, how did you find that as a location?
Originally we started off doing once a month. We did a pop-up board game cafe. So just in our local village hall, once a month, I'd put all my games in boxes, bring them all down, I set all the tables up, and we did cakes and stuff like that. And that went on for maybe about a year, 2 years. But that was quite hard work, looking all the games into boxes and setting all the tables and everything up. But then, just by sheer coincidence, this place came up, and it's 2 minutes away from where I live. And at first, it was just like an empty shell, basically. So we got to come in and just do what we wanted to, basically.
Oh, my goodness. So it's all your design and layout and things. It's not just you, is it?
My wife does it with me as well, and she makes all of the cakes, which is a crucial part of Ready Steady Roll, is the cake.
Wow. Excellent.
So
huge fan of cake.
Obviously, weather might be okay for it now. You get to game outside as well. You've got an outdoor seating still on those photos then?
Yeah, that's right. So we've got, normally we have 2 outdoor seatings, but then because of the pandemic, we extended it into a bit of the nice looking car park.
That's all right.
Into the car park, so you can come along and play games under the gazebo around the flowers, and it was all very quaint and nice.
Oh, wow.
Plus, we can open all the doors as well, so when you're inside in the summer, it can feel like you're outside.
It's that wonderful indoor-outdoor room, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, that's amazing.
The only problem is if it's windy, is the only thing that will hold us back, really, from that.
Yep.
Wow. British weather sometimes cooperates.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you did this little pop up, and you did, was it always at the same place? You mentioned a village hall there.
Yeah, so we always did it at the village hall that was just in our village, and that every month it was really good. It was really popular, so it took me by surprise. I didn't expect it to be as popular as it was. And then we also ventured out to go into some other cafes doing like game nights in some other locations. until we eventually found our own little cabin.
And at what point did you think, was it the I'm tired of lugging these boxes around, or was it also like no, the connection with folks and the board games and the enjoyment there? Did you suddenly think, no, we should do more of this?
Yeah, definitely. It was always in the back of my mind, to always set up a actual board game cafe. But I never thought we'd have the money or be able to actually get the chance to do it. Which is why I was so lucky when this place came up and I was able to. It started off on a very shoestring budget. We didn't even have a coffee machine, or we had 2 shelves when we first started. So it was all very low key at first, and we kind of gradually added things to it as it's grown.
And we can see folks at home. Sounds like we're on the BBC or something there. Folks at home can see all the different the shelves. Like you said, you started with just 2. There's
just 2 shelves, yeah.
Hundreds of games on those shelves, and it's the nice long row of the row of tables, all neat and eclectic, and then all the shelves. Was it just a natural kind of like, oh, that's cool, we'll add that, or did you go out and like curate your board game library at the start?
So obviously I'll look all over the internet, see what kind of the good games are. And it originally started just with me getting a little bit addicted to board games and buying too many, and I'm thinking I should do something useful with them. But then now I'll find a game, and if it seems like it will go down well, I'll add it into the shelves. But I've got to do a 1 in, 1 out policy now because we've got no more physical space to put any more games out.
Oh wow, that's really cool. That's very well done.
Capacity, I like it. Do you have some very worn items in that game, some favorites?
Yes, we do have our double. One of our double copies is very, very destroyed. Ghost splits. We've gone through a few ghost splits with sofas breaking and things like that.
Oh, I like ghost splits.
So gone through them. Yeah, I love ghost splits. But yeah, the more physical ones, they tend to get destroyed quite a bit quicker.
Yeah.
And our copy of Looping Louie, the box is disintegrated to the point you can barely call it a box anymore.
Yeah. How does the old motor stand up to Saturday afternoons in a board game cafe for Looping Louie? Is he doing all right?
He's doing all right. Occasionally I'll notice he's going quite slow and I'll have to quickly go and change the batteries for him when it looks too easy.
It's too easy to get the good stuff. And do you find you have a good combination of like families playing things like Double and Looping Louie, and then folks, I guess, a little bit like myself, who are there for big old game of New Angeles or Arkham Horror. You've got a good split between that.
Yeah, we do have a good split. We get a lot of families, a lot of couples, and a lot of gamers, I should call them. But yeah, huge range of people we get, so which is always nice. My favourite group is people that come in and are quite skeptical of a board game cafe and are like, really, board games? And then I'll convert them to loving a game.
This is it. So do you often have to have the conversation of I know you've seen Monopoly, but look, here's a whole bunch of other bits and pieces and things?
Yeah, pretty much everybody, whenever they come in, I'll ask if they want a recommendation, and most people, 95%, will take us up on a recommendation. If they haven't played a game like Monopoly and stuff like that before, I'll usually start with Double, because you can teach it them in 2 seconds and it's fun immediately, and then kind of creep up the complexity from there.
Yeah, that's a very, very smart way of doing stuff.
So I found some people can get quite overwhelmed if you bring out Ticket to Ride straight away, and then they can be a bit put off. So you have to kind of show them that they can be fun, like within 2 seconds, and then you can kind of increase.
That's very, very cool. So do you, we've talked a little bit that your Mrs. makes the cakes and things. So what is it that you serve at the cafe? What can we get while we're playing our board games with you?
So because it's literally just a shell of a building, we don't have a proper kitchen. So we can only do cold, savoury food. So we've got locally made sausage rolls, and we've got samosas from the farm shop, and homemade sandwiches.
Nice.
Cakes, we've got variety of any cake you can want.
That sounds amazing.
And obviously coffee and tea and cake and stuff like that.
Do you have a favourite as to what you eat and drink?
Well, the blueberry and raspberry cake is definitely my favourite.
You mentioned like a farm shop there, and because of where you're sat, do you have like lots of local produce and lots of local businesses to sort of support between each other?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so just down the road is a little farm shop, which is where we get the samosas from. And like I said, the sausage rolls are all made locally and delivered to us, so it's quite nice to do.
Oh wow! Like that's, I know that.
Yeah, we used to get our milk directly from a farm that was about 5 miles away.
So like
About 5 miles away, but sadly they stopped, so we've got to get regular milk.
just the milkman, just the regular old milkman. It must be really like heartening like you're supporting their business is supporting your business. You meet these people in the same sort of way. You also get to see quite up close, like the board games bringing joy and that kind of thing. It must feel like as a business owner, as a place of work, really like uplifting to have that connection.
Yeah, it must be one of the most fun jobs that you can have, is just teaching people games and seeing them enjoy themselves and seeing all the families together. Especially, like I said, the skeptical ones, when you convert them and they're all having a great time around a table, you're like, yes, come on.
So talk us through a kind of week at Ready Steady Roll. Do you have events on, or are there special things that happen at certain times? Is it will you always have a gaming space for me to come and play double? What's it like there throughout the week?
So at the moment we're only open Thursday to Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It tends to be pretty quiet during the Thursday and Friday, because obviously we get no off the street people, because you have to seek us out to get to us.
Okay.
But every other Friday we do a games night where people can bring their own booze, and we get pizzas in from the local Italian restaurant, which is a few minutes away as well.
Wow. Okay.
So that's always
amazing.
very popular.
This is idyllic gaming space.
I'm
Wicked.
getting more and more jealous that I live in the northwest, and I shouldn't come down to idyllic Bedfordshire. We said, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bedford. Yeah.
Bedford. And come down and play. So, what kind of games do you play on the? You say you have Friday night pizza and a bit of beer. What games are we playing on Friday nights when this happens?
Again, that's it's adults only, and then basically it's just the groups as if for a regular cafe. So they'll play different games. So some will play party games.
Oh, okay, cool.
Games. So it's not like everyone we used to do that before Corona, but now it's obviously just people in their own groups playing whatever games they want to play.
So like a home game night, but I don't need to do the tidying up, and I don't need to worry about anybody's picky eating kind of thing.
Yeah. Definitely, and there's cake.
And there's cake as well. And on those nights, do you still sort of help folks learn the
100%.
games? And that
Yeah. We always have somebody here to help people play games and show them how to play them. There's nothing worse than having to read the rules, because they're really just take up your game tonight.
Yeah.
And do you give advice on the games that people might want to play? So whether you've got like a group of hardcore gamers who have maybe been there for a little while and want a new challenge, and heavens forbid have worked their way all through Gloomhaven, because who actually has done that yet? I know there's Frosthaven to do. Yeah.
100%. I'll always offer to recommend a game, and most times people accept, unless they know what they want to play, then obviously, or want to have a little browse. But I'm quite good now at judging, especially if they play one game. I'll see their reaction to that, and then I'll be able to base what they like after that, which is my favorite thing, basically, is games with people.
Wow.
That's very cool. So you're kind of the connoisseur and maitre d' of games, as well as of the coffees and the cake and things.
100%, yeah.
Excellent. That's a wicked job. I think this is a smashing thing that if you created for yourself, I think that's what's excellent.
Nice, quite nice. Can't complain.
Yeah.
You mentioned a little bit that you used to play big games on these Friday nights, but now you've sort of changed to groups like pods, family groups, yeah, that kind of thing. Have you had to make any other changes to the general what's happening at Ready Steady Roll to sort of keep in the? You also mentioned you've opened out the play area and things like that.
Yep. So we've had to limit the tables inside, so we've got about just over half capacity now inside. Now, obviously, with winter, people are less inclined to sit outside when it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
And also, once you play the games, I'm actually sat on it now, the quarantine table, where we'll put the games on the table to not be played for 3 more days.
Oh, excellent.
Hopefully, or any games that can be cleaned, like Looping Loo, for example.
So we
clean them there and then. But any complicated ones, it's not worth the effort to sanitize everything individually.
Every single piece in Agricola. Every single piece. No.
Don't do it.
So we've got your Facebook and your Instagram links on screen now. Is that a good kind of way? Because if we want to come down and play Agricola, but yesterday somebody played Agricola, is Facebook a good way to find out what's on the quarantine table and therefore might not be?
Yeah, you can always send it if you're always booking a table. Just send us a message of a particular game you want to play. We can always put it aside or let you know whether it has been contaminated.
I don't think they've all been contaminated, but it's just I appreciate the safety and the peace of mind that it kind of puts there for you, knowing that A, I can turn up and play the game, and B, if somebody has played it recently, you're looking out for us kind of and everybody around.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's proved a bit of a challenge though, because normally I'd have like maybe 5 or 10 games that I'd always usually recommend to everybody. But now because they get put on the table, I've had to kind of branch out to games that I wouldn't instinctively go to. So it's been good in a way because it's helped me like put more games out there basically rather than sticking to the 10 that I'd normally.
It kind of helps rediscover your gaming collection as well.
Oh,
that's very, very
that's
cool.
Nice. What are some of these cool games that have you got an alternate to now? What have you?
Yeah, so some of my favourite games for people here that I'll tend to get people to play is, as I said, Dodgeball and Ghost Splits because they're always so quick and funny. Just one.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
terrific
that
game.
one, amazing game. We ended up even before lockdown, we had a few copies of it because people would play it and it just wouldn't stop. So we had to get a few more copies.
It's like I've got to do it next time. I know we can do all this. Like, it's really good as a challenge. Wicked.
Yeah. Other ones, the Llama game. Have you played the Llama game?
It was in the Expo Awards this year.
Yeah.
It was, yes.
This one, that is my new favourite game.
Yeah.
And it seems when you're explaining it, it sounds a bit rubbish, but then when you play it, you're like, okay, I love it.
Yeah.
So that's one of my new favourites as well. I'm trying to think if there's any other favourites. And Battle Sheep. Have you played Battle Sheep?
I have not played Battle Sheep.
Oh, you need to play Battle Sheep. It's like a little tactical game that takes 2 seconds to explain, but then it's really strategic when you get going, especially if you play with the same person a few times. It's a really good one.
I get the idea here that some of these games might be excellent for families on a Saturday afternoon, but then also really good on your Friday night games when you've brought a couple of beers or a glass of wine along.
Yeah, definitely.
And now I'm a little bit responsibly consuming alcohol, but also nowhere near as good at gaming as I should be, and I'm going to get very, very beaten in a child's game.
Definitely. That's when Looping Louie comes out the most.
On the Friday night grown-ups.
Awesome.
It's brilliant.
I love that on the thing. So, what is it that you would be doing if without the pandemic? So we're trying to show, so you've got everything set up, you're open for the public from Thursday through to Sunday, and a bit of a distancing thing, and it's worthwhile checking for the games and to see with you guys before you come along. But it's by the look of your collection and the sound of your cake, it's definitely worth just pitching up anyway and going, hey, let's see what we can do. We can consume cake while it's. I need to go get cake after this. This is not helping me at all. We need to.
Just while we were sort of pre-show and we were setting it up, Daryl said, "I'll just go and get a brew," and you can hear that steam from the coffee machine and the banging on the grind box and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I've just got my kettle. I've just got my kettle and my instant coffee.
Instant coffee.
Just like,
sorry about that.
No, don't be sorry. It's fabulous. I love it.
It's amazing. Yeah.
It's quite dangerous for me to have unlimited lattes, really. Though.
Yes. No. I'm the same with lattes. Yeah. So switch to decaf. Otherwise, that way madness lies.
But before I sidetracked Kate, we were like,
sorry.
No, it was my fault. I was just gabbing. But what would a kind of standard ready steady roll, like, when we can get back to the real normal and that kind of stuff? What would it? What's it like? What sort of things do we have? Do you have organised play nights, or with the tournament things, or is it all very casual and
It's mostly is casual. We've done what we introduced on the Friday night game nights was you could book a table with anybody, so it kind of link you up with people who wanted to also, so you could have a book to go with your group to play with.
Oh, that's cool. So it wasn't necessarily someone you knew, it was everyone wants to play a game.
So you just get linked up with a few different, which was and that was really popular, but then that was literally a few weeks before still went down, so it didn't last
But
very long.
looking for game is a really nice thing, because sometimes, it might be just you or might be just a couple of you, and it's like, well, I'd really like to play a bigger set of stuff. But if you've got people who do that, and people know they can do that with Ready Steady Roll, that's actually really good. It's a very good community thing as well.
Nice. And we have done some tournaments. We did a Ghost Blitz tournament, which was very tense. It was really tense just watching it, never mind actually playing it. We did a Battle Sheep tournament as well, which is one of the games that I recommended before.
Then, yeah.
And that was really good. So I want to definitely when we can do more tournaments, because they're good fun, aren't they? So
yeah, definitely. I love this. I love the original concept for your Friday nights, because a lot of folks kind of have that. Well, I'm fed up of playing Lords of Waterdeep, but I can't necessarily persuade anybody else to get into a big, chunkier worker placement. But there's the opportunity then to meet 3 or 4 other people who are also in my same sort of box here.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand of that, I now have terrorized everybody with epic games of the Resistance and Avalon. Maybe I need some new friends to convince I'm not the traitor. And that's what you can kind of come along. That was the concept for Friday nights.
Yeah.
Excellent.
100%, yeah. And it's nice as well because I can pick them a game as well, so they don't have to decide between them. I can say, well, why don't you play this? And then it's easier to kind of get the ball rolling and have the game explained to you rather than having to kind of figure it out yourself.
I was wondering also about that very English thing that everybody is, what game would you like? Oh, I don't mind. What game would you like?
Yeah.
What game would you like? But you're on hand to go.
Yeah, I'll be like, no, play this.
Whatever, folks. This game, let's go. And then from there, you've got that kind of introduction sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's really cute. I love it. Do you have like theme days? I know some of the places they'll do towards the end of the month is obviously the spookiest day of the year. Do you crack out like all the Arkham horrors and the Ghost Blitz and that kind of stuff for those days?
Yeah, definitely. I'll recommend them more, and obviously we'll decorate. I actually did a little on our website, did a list of 10 spooky games to play at Halloween. So
oh, cool.
I've got them all prepared, ready.
Tell us number 10, and then everybody can head over to the website and get 9 and 8.
Number 10, I can't remember what it was. I think number 10 might have been Betrayal at House on the Hill. I think that's the peak Halloween.
Yeah.
Peak Halloween game. But I did it the other way around.
Okay, cool. Betrayal at House on the Hill with the very much like Scooby-Doo style game, isn't it?
There's actually a Scooby-Doo version of it.
There is,
I may have just made it up. There is, yeah.
There is, and there's Betrayal at Baldur's Gate as well.
Yeah.
Not that I'm into House on the Hill, all those ones. Betrayal at Baldur's Gate, which is very in the money with all the things they're releasing at the minute. Anyway, I digress into Dungeons and Dragons. No, stop. I guess that's an interesting. Like, you've got these lovely tables and all this space. Have you ever had like role players just come down and play? Is that something that's?
We haven't actually. No. I've thought about it, and we thought about doing regular game nights like that. But the only problem is we're quite limited on how many evening events we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the location and stuff like that. So it's never been something that we've gone with so far. But I would like.
It's not off the cards, but it's not happened yet.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
No.
So, remind us again, like where you are. Give us the spiel, if you will.
How do we get to this lovely location?
It seems heavenly.
So it is. We're in Sharnbrook in Bedford, which is southeast. So it's kind of just south of Northampton, and about an hour away from. But you'd have to, and then we're basically just hidden away in the middle of the countryside. So you definitely need to use a sat nav to find us, which you wouldn't see us if you were just driving by.
Oh.
You'd see a little sign. You have to know where we are, a little hidden away.
Oh, beautiful! Like secluded.
Definitely a secret garden with a gaming cafe at the end of it. That's awesome.
And there's actually a lady next to me does massages as well. So if a game gets too stressful, you can book a
Oh wow! So there's
stay
like...
for half an hour for a massage.
I mean, it sounds like it's almost worth a trip and a cottage and a weekend away to come and visit you guys. It sounds beautiful. I've just seen you've won a TripAdvisor award.
Yeah, we got the TripAdvisor. I can't remember what it was called, Traveller Award, but basically it meant apparently we're in the top 10% of all attractions worldwide. So that was quite nice.
That's a little bit more than quite nice. I love we spoke speak to quite a few folks on the UKG Twitch, and everybody's very kind of like, oh, that was nice. We won this award that says we're one of the best things in the world. That was nice, yeah.
Yeah, it was lovely.
And I'm just a bit like, guys, wow.
That's a really, really cool thing to get, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool.
But
That's one of my favorite things is reading like the reviews that we get. It's always usually nice.
Yeah. Yeah. No, everything is like this place is excellent. You know, we weren't expecting this, and then it was great, and then, you know, families here, and yeah, it's massive thing for TripAdvisor 2020. That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool. Congratulations. Oh dear. It's definitely a case of come along and see you guys, isn't it? And then find out. Is there parking? Is it easy to get to you guys? Is it in the village?
Yeah, there's literally parking right where we are. And it's easy to find us when you know where we are.
Yeah.
And you can drive to from wherever.
I love
That's
this.
incredibly good.
I mean, the photo we're sharing with folks now, it looks like a rather fancy shed surrounded by. I use it with a term of love. I know it's not like my grandpa's allotment shed. You know, that style with the slanted roof, maybe a Nordic style building.
Yeah.
Yeah, cabin's nice.
Cabin, yeah, cabin. That's perfect. I should have asked you better. So yeah, it looks like this gaming cabin in the British woodlands. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So envious.
It's very, very cool.
Well,
This is tremendous.
what do you say, Chad? Should we all just socially distance our way down now? Let's go.
Yep,
Take
seems reasonable.
my headphones off, start walking. Oh, it's brilliant. What are the plans? What are the plans at Ready Steady Roll? You got. You say you've got a one in, one out kind of system with your games. Have you got any going forward? Like, are you gonna maybe get an alcohol license, or are you still happy with what's going on there? What are the or is everything just? I mean, as the photos show, lovely and idyllic.
We would like to add on a little kitchen at some point. Obviously, we're just going to see what goes down with Corona. But eventually, we would like to add a little kitchen so we can have.
So
That'll make it a bit easier for everything going on here, basically.
Bake on site and
Yeah, exactly.
make more exciting things and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's very cool.
It is.
Have you got plans coming up towards Christmas as well? Are you doing anything along those things, or are we all just? I mean, obviously, this is alongside the government roulette of this week's restrictions are, you know. But
so I love Christmas. Absolutely love Christmas. So obviously, I'm going to go all out and decorate, and then we'll see what we can do closer to the time. We've done before a little make your own board game workshop where there's a German game where basically you have a little candle and it moves around a forest. I don't know if you've seen it. You have to play it in the dark. You move a little candle around the forest. Everyone else plays it all elves hiding behind trees.
Yeah.
So we spoke to the publishers and we basically worked out to make our own copy, but it was Father Christmas going around. He was a candle trying to catch the elves. So we got families in and they all made their own little version of it with plastic and cardboard trees and stuff like that. Then we turned all the light.
And you actually play it.
It was very cute. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Do you have?
I'd like to be able to do that again this year.
I was going to ask, yeah. And do you also have? Because we've found, speaking with folks, that places like yourselves tend to be really amazing places to bring your own games and start like what's the word? Game jams or play tests kind of areas. Have you got ideas or plans for that kind of stuff?
Quite often people bring their own games, and we thought about doing like a playtest thing where people could bring their games and then play it with all the people that are here. Obviously, it'd be better after Corona.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, and then maybe people get free drink and stuff like that if they try out a game and leave feedback and stuff like that. So we have thought about that as well.
Oh, cool. Because I think to kind of keep the board game industry quite fresh and exciting, and I think it's very important. We've seen it with some of the cafes and groups and things in Birmingham. Loads of things coming out of that. Double award winner Solar Storm started at one of those little events where they were like, can I show you my game, please?
Yeah.
And then we've got now those guys are like full-time board game designers and everything like that. So it really does start with places like yourself, like Ready Steady Roll, and just those little like, we'll make our own version of this game. We'll then push and try and make something slightly different and that kind of stuff. Yeah, Asthma Phil, games jams are great, but don't forget the games marmalades, or games pickles, Kate.
Yeah, sorry, it's more like a pickle if he's involved. Sorry, dude.
But yeah, it's really cool to think that once we can get a little bit closer and play a little bit more together, that we can see more of these places popping up around the UK that support making your own games. That's really exciting. And it must be really cool to kind of reach back and go, we made this here in our kind of stuff. That'd be really amazing.
Yeah,
that would be good.
Yeah,
I'd recommend that one more.
Yeah, twice as much, because it was made in these idyllic settings. Do you also retail games at Ready Steady Roll? Like when it comes to
yes, we've got a little shop. I'll turn the camera around. Our shop bit is all over there.
Hey, look at this.
Look at that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm trying to get it filled up now for Christmas. So
yeah,
I was about to ask.
Filling them all out, but yeah, no, 100%.
We can come along at Christmas time. Once we realise that this game will be great for Auntie Ethel, we can also then buy a copy of it and take it with us and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
Get 10% off as well when you stay and play.
Oh, excellent. That's really good. It's nice.
Yeah, but we found it's nice for people to be able to come along, play a game and see whether they like it, then buy it before Christmas, rather than picking a random game and then deciding you don't like it on Christmas Day. It's not what you want.
The added bonus there is also now you know how to play the game once you open the box.
Exactly.
So taking advantage of your expertise, and when I take Cobra Paw or whatever it is home, we can crack open the box and just dive in straight away rather than going, hang on.
Half an hour later.
Yeah. Sometimes rule books aren't that friendly for the first time gamer, but it's always good to have a demonstration and get stuck in beforehand. It really makes the big reveal that less stressful. Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you mentioned your website. You do stuff like top 10 games and that kind of blog posts and things like that. Is that all up on readysteadyroll.co.uk? Is that where we can find that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And you've got where else are you online? You're on Facebook?
You're on Facebook, Instagram, and a little bit of Twitter, but it's not my expertise, Twitter.
Oh, it's fun. I love my Twitters, but
really?
I do enjoy the Instagram. Have you got some? I'm going to go and give you a follow in a second. Moobot's being naughty.
Just on the same. There we go.
But it's been awesome finding out about this wonderful games cabin in the beautiful countryside. Oh gosh, I'm in a little bit in awe. Is there anything you would like to share with the folks right now? Let us know all about yourself. Ready, steady, roll.
That's pressure.
Tell us all the best games.
Just tell you all the best games.
I've
already shown you Llama, my favourite. And Ligretto as well. I've recently discovered Ligretto. Have you played Ligretto?
No.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
This one. It's quite often the little ones that I quite like.
Little box games.
Yeah, and it sounds really boring. You're just putting cards in order, but you order it before everybody else, and it's a lot more fun than it should be, really.
So how did you get into board games? You said that, because obviously if you started by lugging all the games that you already had around to do a cafe once a month, you obviously have an itch there already. So is this a lifelong thing? Is this something that you picked up with your family?
I've always liked playing games with the family and stuff like that, like traditional games. And it was actually, I was in a comic book store and I saw the Game of Thrones board game. And I thought, that looked really interesting. But so I read a review of it. And then I discovered that actually there is more games in Monopoly and Risk and stuff like that. So then it kind of blew my mind that there was all these games I didn't know about. And then it just kind of, I think Takenoko, if that's how you say it, was love that. That was my first modern board game. And then it kind of grew from there. So
yeah, very, very cool. That's
Evolution as well is one of my favourite games. Evolution Climate.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a chance to play the new one, the Ocean one yet. So I need to get that.
No, I haven't. But yeah. That's really wicked. That's a really interesting way of getting into things and stuff. So
yeah, no.
I love that. is there a game coming out that you're very excited about that you haven't got yet?
That'll be
And whether it's for the
Evolution Oceans,
cafe.
that'll be.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I think I should have pre-ordered it, but I forgot. So a bit bad about that.
I think you've mentioned quite a few like card games here.
Yep.
Is that something that you really enjoy, like the card game mechanics and the card game kind of?
Yeah, I do like card games for two reasons. Is they're quick to play, aren't they? So it's quite nice to play a few games of it. But also selfishly, it's quite easy.
Oh,
You can teach them quickly. and
Easy
they're
to put away
happy.
afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do like longer games as well. Often I don't get time to play the longer games at the moment, so
not
quick
many,
games are where I'm at the moment.
not many games of Game of Thrones recently. Then
Yeah, no, not many. No, just I've only played that once. That one.
Does your wife supply as a player as well, or is she? Does
Yeah.
she just?
Yeah, she
also-
likes games. She likes. I quite like really mean games,
Mhm.
whereas she likes games where you can't affect each other.
So it's
we're quite
cooperative or
different,
collaborative.
uncompatible ones. But she likes the Negretto games, so that's where we're at the moment.
Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really, really cool.
But mean games are my favourite games, to be fair.
Where you could just mess the other person up horribly. Oh, that's amazing.
oh, beautiful, yeah. That's my style of gaming. I'm a very naughty gamer.
Oh.
Um,
I'm afraid I like the collaboration.
Oh no, see.
I'm a wuss when it comes to that. I don't want to like scorched earth everybody else. I'm just like, Oh,
oh,
no, that's very cool.
Asma Phil wants to know, what's your favourite thing on the menu?
My favourite thing on the menu, that'll probably be the blueberry and raspberry cake, to be fair, or the pumpkin spice latte at the moment.
Nice. Is
That's
it
good.
is it a trial? Is it like a chore to have to test or design new items for the menu? Do you like, oh no,
Oh, it's a nightmare having to try all these different cakes. It's just
oh, no.
I deserve an award for that.
It's a new category in the 2021
Yeah.
Expo Awards. Best cake tester. Yeah.
Definitely.
That sounds awesome, actually.
I think we'd have to fight the judge, secret judges out of that category. And just be
Yeah,
like,
very much so.
no, it's my job.
That's good. Did you have to learn to make all the coffees and things, or did you also either have experience of that anyway?
No, I had to learn. So, like I said, when we first started, we didn't even have a coffee machine. We just did instant coffee.
Yeah.
But then again, a local guy, he roasts his own coffee. Got us a coffee machine and showed us how
Yeah.
to make the coffees and stuff like that. So it was quite
That's
hard to learn.
amazing.
No, it's really fun to make a latte now.
So your coffee is locally roasted as well?
It is, yeah. I forgot. I should have mentioned that before.
That's incredible.
Wow.
So let me get this right. We've got this secret garden which looks amazing and is, combination of English garden and that lovely Nordic kind of approach with stones and stuff. And we've also got this lovely cabin with huge windows and things inside which there are a lot of board games which you can also buy some of, which is terrific. And you make cake and your food is locally sourced, your coffee is locally sourced. This is awesome. I'm thinking Bedford is a good move. What was the name of the village again?
Sharnbrook.
Sharnbrook. There we go, people. Sharnbrook, near Bedford. That's clearly where we have to be. Is this
The place
wonderful?
to be.
Yeah.
Funny
Oh,
Sharn.
that's awesome.
I'm wondering in like 2021 when we can all do like coach tours again, we should just get a coach tour to Ready Steady Roll. Just
yes.
nip around. We'll come
No,
down.
absolutely. We'll bring some of the folding tables from Expo and set
Just
them up in the
outside,
garden with you guys. It'll be
everybody.
fine.
It'd be
Like for
great.
your cafe.
Definitely.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, it does. It sounds idyllic. It's a real treasure. And I can see why you've won the TripAdvisor award and why
Yes.
it is genuinely like an amazing little. I'm going to show this picture again of like the cabin because it's just gorgeous.
And for anyone who wants to see more of it, there's a lovely little video that is on the Ready Steady Roll website showing people playing games, all the families and the kids playing games, and you can see more of the venue and things there. It just looks beautiful. So yes, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely up for
there's
that
with
as
the
a
windows
place.
open. Oh my
Yeah, it's
gosh.
wonderful. That's absolutely marvelous.
And the game night, look at that, with all the folks
Yeah.
eating pizza and stuff. Gosh,
Congratulations! This looks like an amazing venue. Very, very
thank-
cool. And
Yeah.
the fact that you're recruiting families and people who aren't necessarily gamers or necessarily have heard of games is amazing for the whole hobby and things. That's that's a
Yeah,
massive
no, it's
bonus.
nice.
Yeah, really, really good. So I love this. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, it's like,
It's
dude,
that,
this
it's
is
that
awesome.
English
Everyone
thing
wants
I
to
keep
try and get
saying.
people in, and you're doing it. And it's like, oh yeah, that was nice. That's epic. That's
It's
massively impressive, Daryl.
it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Thank
It
you,
does
thank
look
you.
like a small piece of your heart there in the beautiful
Yes.
countryside for
Yeah.
folks
Yeah.
to share. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you for having me on.
No, it's an absolute gobsmacking pleasure today. It's
Excellent.
gorgeous.
I think we'll get some of these photos and things up on our news page as well after this as well. So we'll chat
Awesome.
afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, I think Phil has been over and checked your menus, like dairy free, gluten free, and vegan options on the menu too.
Yep.
Yep, definitely.
Gosh.
Asmo Phil has to maintain his vegan superpowers. So, and
Yes.
sometimes
There you
that's
go,
quite
there you
tricky.
go.
So, yeah. It's
Everyone needs a vegan
very
sausage
good.
roll, don't they? So
Oh, is that what you've got as well? Yeah. Oh wow.
yeah.
Like
That's amazing.
Kate, do you ever wonder if we should at Expo, one of my seminars should be how to big yourself up because all you beautiful board game people in the UK are
Yes.
too nice. 'Cause
Yes, they go, oh, we do this. It's
lovely.
quite nice.
It's quite
you know,
nice.
it's like, this is amazing. You got this kick-ass menu. You got this beautiful venue. You are taking people from walking off the street and going, hey, you played some board games. They look at you funny, and then they come back for more. That's kind of like holy grail of getting people into gaming and an amazing gaming experience. So congratulations,
Daryl. It's a phenomenal thing. Folks can find you on Facebook and Instagram, as we've mentioned. And if you didn't catch them, there will be a post up on the UK Games Expo site sometime soon. So come visit us, ukgamesexpo.co.uk. I'm very jealous. I'm going to go and get
instant coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad now while Daryl enjoys another wonderful handmade, locally roasted
yes
beverage.
Let's go visit Daryl next year. I'm up for this. We'll do a little tour.
Do a tour. We'll get the GoPro.
Come on
out.
down.
We'll take
Ready, steady, roll. That's what we need.
Indeed. After a short break, folks, we're going to be talking with the chaps from Phase Shift Games. You might